Please sit. Come. Very nice. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I was going to start chanting this. Okay, this is a different meeting. Okay. One is advised to chant a mantra a certain number of times. Why? Well, the word mantra itself has a very interesting derivation. Mananat trayate iti. That which protects upon repetition, contemplation. So, at the onset, right at the onset, we can say that it is a protection. Ishvara's protection. Because it's a prayer, and prayer is a protection. And at another level, it is a sadhana. What is the sadhana here? The sadhana is to have a say over the ways of the mind. Mind is like a monkey. Jumps from here. And even though we say it does that without rhyme or reason, there is both sometimes. There is a rhyme, there is if there is no reason, there is a rhyme. And so the mind jumps unbidden, leading the student in the Kenopanishad to ask the question, Kena ishitam preshitam patati manaha. Impelled by whom, compelled by whom do the thoughts fall in the mind? That shows how little control we have over the thoughts. What's going to be your next thought? Tell me. Nobody can tell. Don't know your thought. That means you are not in charge of it. So, one is used to this kind of a random association thinking. You see something, and even you don't know you're remembering it, but it reminds you of something else. Then you think of that thing. And then that reminds you of something else. And then you forget what was the first thing. Because now you are 3 things removed from that thing. Then one wonders, oh, I think I must be having memory loss. It may not be memory loss, but it is certainly what is called vijatiya vritti pravaha. A flow of thoughts that are of different natures than the one that was before it, then the one that was before it, and then the one that is going to come after it. There is some association, but the association is not clear to me. Like the story that Pujya Swamiji used to illustrate this very fact. One man was going on the train. He was from Kerala. And he was going on the train to fix up an alliance for his daughter. It is considered an auspicious undertaking. Maybe not from the standpoint of the daughter, but from the standpoint of him. It's an auspicious undertaking. So he is getting on the train, and another fellow who is just selling bonda. Bonda is some nice fried things, very nice for these rainy days. You make a nice potato sabji and then cover it with some batter and then fry it out of existence. It's very tasty. This is what a bonda is. Again, most people try to stop eating it after the age of 50. Okay? So, this is what bonda is. So this man is keeping on selling bondas from that end of the train to this end. He's minding his own business. And what is this other man? Our fellow, our protagonist, is getting into the train. He puts one leg in the train. Bonda, bonda. He hears it as bonda, bonda, don't go, don't go. Oh, this must be for me. And then he stops. And then the seller also stops because somebody must have purchased. So he's busy, making the bonda and giving it to that person. Packing it and giving it to the person. So he says, oh, come on, I'm being silly. And if I keep hesitating like this, the train will go. And when the train goes, the alliance will also slip out of the hands. This is a wonderful family. For my daughter, I have to do this. Again, he sets one foot on the step of the train compartment. The man starts selling bonda, bonda. And what does he hear? Bonda, bonda. Like this. We can't say there is no rhyme. There is a rhyme. And there is a reason. The reason is that his own fear and hesitation. He needs validation. But here what is he getting? Invalidation for his undertaking. Not only he is not getting the validation he seeks, he is getting an invalidated he is getting. So this is the problem. There is jumping, 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 and the mind feels like it has nothing to do with me. I wish sometimes my mind belonged to somebody else. That is how frustrated one gets with one's own mind. The only thing to say about the mind is what? Never mind. That's all to say. So I keep going along with the mind. And when there are what I think to be pleasant thoughts, I keep chasing after them. I keep elongating them. I want to have them more and more. And when there are unpleasant thoughts, I want to run away from myself. The mantra helps on many, many levels to interrupt this state of affairs. And at the very onset, as I mentioned, it is a prarthana, a prayer. Everything is a prayer. We don't chant, even though sometimes the mantras have mula mantras in them. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Kleem. So many things will be there. But nobody is supposed to chant that by itself. It's always connected to a longer mantra. It has a meaning. It's not a meaningless sound. And that meaning is in the form of a prayer. Usually it has the word Namaha in it. I surrender, I salute, I pray. This is a very nice thing. It protects. It protects me from going all over the place. And it keeps the mind sharp, it keeps the mind tranquil. Then on the second level, what the mantra does is that it interrupts this vijatiya vritti pravaha, a flow of random a flow of thoughts propelled by random associations about which I don't even know what they are. I have no knowledge where these thoughts are coming from. Are they mine or somebody else's? I have a doubt. So it helps to convert the vijatiya vritti pravaha, a random flow of random so supposedly dissociated thoughts, unconnected thoughts, to sajatiya vritti pravaha, a flow of thoughts which are of the same variety, coming under the same variety. In fact, as we'll find out, they are nothing but the same thought. So when you're chanting mantra, what's the first thought? Om Namah Shivaya. What's the second thought? Om Namah Shivaya. What's the third thought? Om Namah Shivaya. What's the fourth thought? Is anything happening? That's the fourth thought. How long have I been meditating? That's the fourth thought. I think I'm hungry. That's the fourth thought. Then the fifth thought, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, now I'm meditating. Come back. Fifth thought is what? Om Namah Shivaya. Sixth thought, Om Namah Shivaya. Seventh thought, did I hear the doorbell? And so, you see, there is a struggle. The mind, which is used to just being its own being, a master, it's used to going all over the place. And here I, the Sakshi, the witness of the mind, is trying to train the mind. It's easy to train a tiger, yes. But we cannot give up. So what's wrong with random associations and vijatiya vritti pravaha? That keeps one in samsara. Because I go into what is called prakrita buddhi. Prakrita buddhi means what? Bestial nature. Not the best nature, bestial. Uncivilized nature. Because these random thoughts are coming from where? The unconscious mind. And so they come in sudden bursts. And so the best way to deal with them is to initiate a series of thoughts. Before the thoughts thought you, now you think the thoughts. You see the difference? If I go from Bonda to Ponda, and then suddenly I think of Honda. See, there is a rhyme. Therefore, now it's very easy. I tell the mind that you have a job to do. Why should I do it? And you convince them, because now the ahankara has also joined the mind, and the ahankara says, yeah, I'm the boss here. I'm the boss of the mind. Anything you have to tell the mind, you have to go through me. Why should it do this? The ahankara becomes a bouncer. And it says, why should I do this? Why should you do this? So you have to make sweet with the ahankara and give it a little boost and say, because you will have japa siddhi. Ooh, says the ahankara. What is that? That means after a certain number of times of chanting the mantra, you have the power to give it to another. Really? Okay, the gates are wide open. You can teach the mind what to do. Ahankara's permission given, then the ahankara that is associated with the sakshi, I, teach the mind. Please think Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, okay, I can do that. Then what should I do? Think Om Namah Shivaya again, and again, and again, and again. Oh, until when? Until I tell you. So this way, the thoughts are not thinking you. You are thinking the thoughts. And in the time that you are able to do this, then all those random association, vijatiya vritti pravaha, so that flow of random association comes to a standstill, is suspended for the time being. And thank God it is suspended, because that is what is crazy making. Even a simple thing, should I do this or should I not, can make you completely, totally batty. 100 times one revisits the same issue. We need to be able to let it go. And with Om Namah Shivaya, you're doing that. First Om Namah Shivaya, you let that go. New Om Namah Shivaya, you let that go. New Om Namah Shivaya, you let that go. And after a while, the mind asks for permission. Can I go here? No, sit. Okay. It obeys. Third thing, why chant the mantra? It gives vairagya. How does the mantra give vairagya? Because when you are chanting the mantra, you are focused on that. You have vairagya from other thoughts. Let's put it that way. And because you have vairagya from other thoughts, they don't come and bother you. You know how to let go. Some people just don't know how to let go. Even from things, memories, ideas, notions from the last janma will be carried on and on and on. We need to let go. This is how the mantra protects. And the idea is that in the non-meditative state also, I can be meditative. Pujya Swamiji once said, because I asked him, how do you do this? How do you attend to so many things and you're just always ever in the moment? And he said, I don't revisit things that happened. I have made that a practice, he said. Something happened, it's gone. Let it go. You keep revisiting that, then you think yourself into sadness. That's what happens. And the thoughts take you down a downward spiral. And I used to do this exercise. Give me any word and I'll make you sad in less than 2 minutes. And people would try to say, oh, let me give a tough word which is not possible to get sad from. They would say happiness. And then I would make a mournful face and say, where is it? What is it? How do you get it? Where do you go? Other people seem to have it. I don't seem to have it. And suddenly everybody is sad. You can think yourself into sadness. Meditation protects from that. Because Om Namah Shivaya is not a sad thought. That Shiva is you. Shiva means auspicious. It's an auspicious thought. It's not a sad thought. That's why the mantras are all very upbeat. No mantra says, whoever you are, Namaha, but I am a sad individual. No mantra says that. Whether it's a mantra or a contemplation, nothing. Even the words of the Veda used for contemplation, another kind of meditation, they're all very upbeat. I am the best, east or west. Such things you should tell in the contemplation. I am whole, I am free. I am unencumbered. I am lightened of all burdens. I don't have to carry anything. This is what I have to do. And therefore, nothing in this whole world replaces meditation. Nothing at all. Meditation is soap for the mind. Soap for the body, we have many kind of things. Dove and Lux and this and that, so many things. Soap for the mind, we don't have. Soap for the tongue, we don't have. Soap for speech, we don't have. And where are the raga dveshas sitting? In the mind. Antakarana. Mind means you have to take it broadly. Antakarana. And so the mantra is the soap for the mind. It goes and sweeps away the raga dveshas, shines up everything, makes the mind a clear space where you can actually stand yourself. Most of the time we cannot stand ourselves. We can't stand other people also, but that's a different topic, Most of the time we can neither stand ourselves or others. But that's because of wrong notions, wrong understanding, fears, trauma-driven fears, so many things. That's why one cannot spend time with oneself for more than 5 minutes. Oh, no, I can spend time, a long time with myself. Give me your phone and then let us see how long you'll be with yourself. Give me your phone, give me whatever else there is. Give me your iPad and or tablet, and then what else is there? Whatever else, any other device, laptop. Make the Upanishad your laptop and then see what happens. Very difficult to stand oneself. The mantra helps with self-love finally. Because I'm able to sit with myself. I'm able to be with myself. And when you get to the place of successfully chanting each and every syllable of the mantra 100,000 times, you get what? Japa Siddhi. See, I promised that. Japa Siddhi, Mantra Siddhi means you have accomplished this japa and this particular mantra and you can give it to others. When you give it to others, it's like buying a smartphone or something from the shop and then there is just enough juice to be able to set it to your preferences and put your name on it, and then after that you have to charge it. There is some battery there already. It comes half charged. Similarly, the mantra which has been chanted by the person giving it to you, the teacher, who has already chanted it, comes potentized. And you keeping on chanting it keeps the battery full. Otherwise the battery will drain. It will become a dead mantra if you don't chant it. So you receive the mantra and immediately start chanting it. That is the idea. Okay. How to come to terms with and best accept death instead of being afraid? Study Vedanta. That's the only way. Because death is fearful by most people, considered fearful, because it is seen as an ending. And what kind of an ending? A final ending. Finished. Nothing more. Oh, but what about rebirth? How do I know it's there? How do I know I'm going to be reborn? I don't know. Right now it feels like a terrible end. So, the study of Vedanta shows two things. A, death is not the end. It's merely a little comma, not a full stop. B, that I is not subject to death. What is born dies. What is not born cannot die. So I is a mix-up because I don't know myself. I seems to be a mix-up of things that are born and something that is not born. So with the help of Vedanta, I identify with that which is not born. More and more I identify with that which is not born, and then that which is born can then go. Born is gone. That's what it is. That is the best way to do that. And on the day-to-day relative level, there are many prayers that help overcome the fear of death. Mrityunjaya Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Trayambakam yajamahe. That is very effective. It helps to overcome the fear of death. Mrityunjaya, see the word itself. Mrityum jayati. That which overcomes the fear of death. That which is victorious over death. Mrityunjaya. That helps, because prayer always protects. How to handle anticipatory anxiety. What is anticipatory anxiety? I'm going to anticipate something terrible and then I feel anxious anticipating that. Is that what you're trying to say? So, that, again, I would just chant some mantra at that time. First, breathe deeply. Because whatever you are going to be anxious about has not yet happened. If it has already happened, then also you can't do anything about it. If it hasn't happened, then also you can't do anything about it. If it is happening, then also you can't do anything about it other than whatever measures you need to take. So first you breathe. If you need to, breathe in a paper bag. It's very effective. Hyperventilate. Because when one is anxious, a little carbon dioxide helps to calm the head and the nerves. If there were paper bags discovered in the Bhagavad Gita, in the first chapter when Arjuna was having the first panic attack in history, there would have been no Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna would have said, "Here, bro, take this." Breathe into it a few times. No second chapter. No vision of no division. Nothing would have been there. In a way, we are happy. No paper bag. We got Vedanta in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So the paper bag, breathing, it's a very effective technique. Children are being taught to do it in schools. Not for a long time, until you turn blue in the face, okay? Yeah. For a little while. Until one calms down, one does it. It's very effective. Then, put the paper bag aside. All these things you have to tell. And then, just breathe deeply, fully. How we do before the meditation. Let everything be fully there. Breathe. And let it go. Breathe and let it go. And then, number 3, the third thing to do is to think of the topic that is make you that you are anticipating and becoming anxious as a result, and give it to Bhagavan. Just tell him, hey, tap him on the shoulder, him, her. Say, this I think belongs to you, it's not mine. Take it. Why? Because you created my mind. I did not create my mind. You put the anxiety there. It's all your fault. Take it. Take it away. Hara hara. And the mantra to chant during anxiety, bouts of anxiety, is very effective mantra, is Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's the best mantra for anxiety. But why? Because it's a very interesting mantra. It doesn't have the word Namaha. It's even hard to think of it as a mantra. You just have Hare. Hare is the vocative form of Hari. And Hari, the name of the Lord, comes from Hru, to take away. Harihi is the one who takes away. Take away, take away. Hare, Hey Rama, Hare, Hare, take away, take away. Oh, you who takes everything away. I'm ordering Rama and Krishna to take it away. Because their name is Hari. Both of them have a common name, Hari. Even in English you can say Hari means hurry up and take it away. This is our relationship with Bhagavan. Hey, come here, take this away, because I cannot handle it, I cannot stand it, I don't want to deal with it. Take it away. And it's very, very effective. Like during the, in India, it's like calling Bhagavan with all authority and right. In India, there's this train travel, and the train pulls into a station at 4:45 in the morning. Everybody is bleary-eyed. And this enterprising fellow with a big aluminium kettle and a few glasses gets on the train. And the passenger sees coffee. To this day, we don't know what he has in the kettle. He comes and he hands you a glass. He says, coffee. Most of the time he is saying, coffee? Yes, coffee. Tea? Yes, tea. Same kettle. And because one is half awake, it feels good, whatever, something hot and sugary. We don't care. Even if you are a sworn coffee drinker, you are married to coffee. Still, at this time, you drink it and you say, oh, everybody is nobody else is complaining, I'm also going to drink it. Then after you have drunk it, he goes to the next compartment, you can still hear him. He's not saying either coffee or tea. He's simply saying, ee. That is like calling Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare means take away. What to take away, he knows. He knows whether you want coffee or tea or what he knows. So that really helps with anxiety. There is one online question also. Let's see if we have the time. In yesterday's class, you mentioned that there is a natural deterioration like the banana on the third day. This is not affected by your prarabdha karma, it is the natural order. Does that mean that some incidents like a car accident are caused by prarabdha karma, the injury, something on the body, mind, etc. While natural, something of function, natural death is just the order of things. It's hard to separate like that. It's both. Yes, there is a natural order, but you are in that body which is undergoing the natural order. Sickness is a natural order, but you are in the body that is having the fever, correct? So you are experiencing it. It's not the neighbor that's experiencing it. So therefore what? That is prarabdha karma. The prarabdha karma alone makes you get into this quote-unquote natural order of things. They are not two separate things. They are the interface of the anatomical order and the karmic order. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's the interface. Everything is interconnected. So the anatomical order is not there by itself hanging out, and the karmic order is over here. They are together. They are interconnected. They come in, they go out, they intersect at different points. Sometimes they overlap completely. And similarly, the anatomical order is connected to the physiological order, which is connected to the geological order, the biological order, the psychological order. They're all is just one big order, whose depths we don't even know. Yasyantam na vidus sura suraganaha. Even the celestials don't know the depths of this order. What to talk of mere mortals. The Dhyana Shloka of the Bhagavad Gita says very nicely. please discuss inner child meditation as a means for Shama. I don't know if I know what is inner child meditation. Do I know that? What did you have in mind?
Swamini talks about having a cup with
Cup of chai with inner child. Yeah. It's more of a practice than a meditation. It's a way of loving up the inner child. Very easy. Make 2 cups of tea. Don't worry, it's not wasted. The second cup also you can have. Or coffee, whatever you want. Then you put one here, one there. It's very effective for fear also. Anxiety also, this is very effective for fear, inner child, because it's all inner child anyway. Fear, sorrow, etc. Then you sit on this end of the table and say, welcome, please come. I have been wanting to meet you. And don't be taken aback if it says rude things. You are right. Like the kind of attention you've given to me right now, up till now. Of course you don't want me to meet me. No. See, I made for you specially this hot drink I have made. Here, have some cookies also along with it. I'm not talking to you. Don't talk, just have tea. This is a good break in the conversation. Get up, trot to the other side, sit down there. And get into the mindset of this very annoyed, untrusting, but cute child. Very cute. There is no uncute child. Cannot be. And get into the mindset of that. This is your chance to tell all the adults how terrible they were. And you can say a few things while drinking that cup of tea. Then when there is a little break, you come back and console that child. But you have to be careful, because sometimes you like sitting there only and sitting and weeping. You have to have that inner space to do this a little bit. And if you're not sure that you can do this, sit here firmly in the Sakshi side of the table. Don't go there, okay? Yeah, don't go there. Just imagine and write with your left hand. Let that be the voice, non-dominant hand, I should say. For me, it would be the left hand. For you, it may be something else. Write with your non-dominant hand all the pains, difficulties, etc. That is one way. Another way is to take this inner child for a walk and then spend time talking about these things in the same way, and then for a little while putting the attention out. You can't just keep on having the attention on the pain. It is just too much, because there is so much, what is the word I'm looking for? Identification, that it becomes very painful. So you need time out. So in between, you look at the trees, bring the attention to the present, feel the body, feel the feet, feel the air going through the nostrils. Wiggle the toes and the hands, fingers, and be present. And then go into this a little bit. That's another way. The third way is to be the parent of this child. In each case, you are in a kind of a parental situation anyway. In other 2 places, you could be a friendly adult. But here, you take on the role of the parents. And then, what do? You do whatever the inner child thought the parents could not do. You reparent this inner child. You make it see that it is loved. You say, whatever happened in the past doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get rid of you. All these years you tried to get rid of me. Yes, I'm sorry. Now I'm not going to get rid of you. You have to tell it that. You have to give it a hug. You have to reparent it. But for that, you should not identify with its own distress. You have to remain separate. You have to be the Vedanta teacher. You have to be the parent who is enlightened. And then you can listen to this. That is how to do that. Then there is a question online. What can be the obstacles in self-knowledge? The short answer is, how much time do we got? How much time do we have? So, the obstacles are of three kinds, generally. That is how the Shastra divides it. Some obstacles are prarabdhik, if that's a word. Prarabdha related obstacles. Acts of God, sometimes collective prarabdha. You go somewhere, somebody goes to, and then the whole retreat itself, God forbid, gets cancelled. Due to some reason, we don't know. Not happening, okay. Or there is some leak, rains come, where? In the hall. And so, can't have this. Acts of God. Adhidaivika obstacles. And let's say those obstacles are not there. Everything is fine. The teachings are on. Everything is okay. But then, what happened? I don't like the other people who have come to the ashram. Why don't you like them? Because I know them in my life. So what? It's nice, you came with a friend. What friend? They have no titiksha. They have no shraddha. They have no shama, dama, uparati. How do you spell that? And they don't know anything. And here they are coming and posing as Vedantins? Oh, so you are going to spoil your retreat just because of their presence? I don't want to, but they are sitting right here next to me. This is called adhibhautika vignani. Difficulties, obstacles coming from one's surroundings, immediate surroundings. God is cooperating, but then it's the other people's fault. Why did they come to the retreat? And sometimes wrong decisions are made. You look at the list of who is coming and you decide not to go. Whose loss is it? My own loss it is if I decide not to go. Okay, maybe, no, I don't know anybody in the retreat. But then somebody says something, and then my whole mood for the whole entire days of the retreat is gone. This is adhibhautika vignani. Then, let's say, you love the people in the retreat, no problem, and there are no other external obstacles. One's own mind is enough. The mind can take you somewhere. Why is this happening to me? Why me? When will I get moksha? How many more retreats I should attend? So the free-floating hopelessness and helplessness and jaded, faded feeling all comes and creates inner havoc. And all the feelings of being unloved, unwanted, unappreciated, invalidated come up. And therefore, I miss what is said in the class. What was said in the class? Tattvamasi. Only 3 words were missed. Can we say that? That is the whole vision in 3 words. So in short, the obstacles can be many, but in short, these are the ways in which it gets manifest. Can I do anything about the first obstacle? Acts of God? That's why they are called acts of God, because they are not my acts. I can't do anything. Can I do anything? Do I have control over who is coming or who is not coming, and whether my paths cross theirs, or whether I can control other people's behavior or not? No. Can I have a say over where my mind goes? Yes, because we have already answered the question on meditation first. Yes. I have a say over overcoming adhyatmika vignani. Adhyatmika vignani means the obstacles centered on myself, my mind, my emotions. That's why mantra, that's why inner soap, that's why reduction of ragadvesha, that's why reduction of subjectivity. Not going into some kind of a, romantic, some romanticism. That's why objectivity. That is why we need that. So that I am alive to the realities. I'm not alive to imaginary things. I'm alive to the realities. I'm objective. I have my 2 feet on the ground. Then only Vedanta speaks. I assimilate. I have to be a clear, receptive channel for the teaching to come through. Not the one that has static. If I have ragadvesha static, then the knowledge also will be static. It won't come through. One of the best prayers to overcome obstacles in the study is the Shanti mantra of the Samaveda. Very beautiful. We will learn that just now. Apyayantu mamangani. Apyayantu mamangani. Apyayantu means let them, all my limbs, all my body, everything, let them grow to their fullest potential. Vak pranaha, vak pranaha, chakshushrotram, chakshushrotram, atho balam, atho balam, indriyani cha sarvani. And let all of them grow in their stature. The sense organs, ears, eyes. Let them grow. Let my strength increase. Let all the sense organs be protected. Why? Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam, Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam, Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Idam Sarvam, all this is Brahman. How do I know? Because this knowledge is Aupanishadam, Upanishadi Bhavam. This knowledge obtains in the Upanishad. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. May I never reject Ishvara. Rejecting Ishvara is a rank form of self-abnegation. Self-negation. Because who is this Ishvara? The truth of me, the content of me. And this is what the Taittiriya Upanishad also says. Asanne vasabhavati asad brahmeti vedachet. If supposing somebody says Brahman doesn't exist, that means they are saying I don't exist. I am non-existent. Can you say that? Never. So, I eschew any form of self-negation. So, I do not reject Brahman. Nobody rejects Brahman, but misunderstandings are there. Fear is there. Not understanding properly is there. Block is there. Resistance is there. That's why the as though rejection happens. Here the prayer is to not reject at all. Oh, but what if Brahman, what if Ishvara rejects me? That is also covered. Maham Brahma nirakuryam. Mama Brahma nirakarot. Let there not be any rejection from Brahman. Can Brahman reject itself? No. Is there anything else other than Brahman for it to reject? No. Then what does this mean? May I not have the misperception that Ishvara has abandoned me. That is the idea. Very sad thought. Ishvara has abandoned me means, oh no, that's terrible. May I never get into that place of desperation. And let there be no negation all around. Anirakaranamastu. Anirakaranam me astu. Let there be non-negation. Nirakaranam, negation. Anirakaranam, non-negation. Sanskrit way of putting it. Let there be non-negation for me. Let there be non-negation all around. Meaning, let me change my ways of being defensive and let me say yes to life, yes to people, yes to situations, yes to Ishvara. I have never grown up from the 2-year-old who keeps saying no to everything. Let me say yes and see what happens instead. Let me give myself a chance. Then finally, so that there are no obstacles to this study, in this prayer, we ask for those qualifications which we discussed earlier that have to abide in a student of Vedanta. Let all those qualifications abide in me. Anirakaranamastu, anirakaranamastu, anirakaranam me astu, anirakaranam me astu. And then what's the next line? Tadatmani nirate ya upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu. Te mayi santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This is a very good prayer to have. Chant this as many times as possible every day. If you can't chant it, if you can't memorize it, listen to it. Lots of YouTube things may be there. Samaveda Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.